Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nate Burleson. This is The Uplift. We have a great show for you today and a great cast of characters. A Harvard Law grad focused on recognizing people at the school who may be overlooked. A toddler who gained widespread attention for her hairdo. Who do people say she looks like? A man who made history at Georgia Tech nearly 60 years ago. How his legacy continues to live on at the school. Plus, a tearful reunion organized by, who else? David Begnaud, two best friends who shared a powerful bond, and a stranger who joined their inner circle to offer a powerful gift. All of that and more heartwarming news. You know what you're watching? This is The Uplift, baby. Welcome to The Uplift. This is the show that will lift you up for at least the next 30 minutes. We begin with a lesson in reciprocity. When a Harvard Law student got his degree, he made a commitment to recognize some often overlooked people, but still important folks at the prestigious school who helped him along the way. Here's Steve Hartman with the story.
Good morning. This is Merrill.
And this is our lesson on reciprocity.
I think we're definitely going to need Emmett on this one.
Yeah.
Well, for the purposes of this class, I'm going to say that it means like rewarding kind actions. For example, if someone does something nice for you, you do something nice back for them.
So kind of like paying them back.
Kind of, but not because you feel like you have to, but because having a kind deed done unto you makes you want to do something in return. I think I have an example that may help. So let's turn now to our library of stories past and pull a piece that shows reciprocity in action.
No one has ever attended Harvard Law School for its sparkling glass doors or smudge-free countertops. In fact, support staff here say most students never even notice their efforts, with one remarkable exception.
He says, just want to give you a hug and, say hi to you.
They say one day, this one student started thanking all of them.
Thank you for what you do.
And this is something very different.
I'm like, what is this kid's angle?
Food service worker Breon Merchant was skeptical.
Before that, but once I heard his background, that's when it just all made sense. I'm like, oh, you see us because you're one of us.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That student is Rehan Staton. Before coming to Harvard Law, he worked in sanitation.
My job was to refurbish the dumpsters. I've heard people literally point to me and point to my coworker and say, like, don't be like them. I think it just reminds me to stay humble and just remember I wasn't always standing here.
Today, Rehan has not only maintained his humility, he has multiplied it.
Rehan started a nonprofit called the Reciprocity Effect. Its mission? To guarantee that from now on and forever, the support staff here at Harvard Law would not only be seen, they would be celebrated.
This was the first support staff awards banquet, honoring in Oscar-like fashion the custodians and cafeteria workers and everyone else who makes this place possible.
The feeling of knowing that you are appreciated will always go a long way, especially for those who don't know that.
I think that's what makes what Rehan did so special, is because you didn't even realize how unseen you were until you were seen. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is kind of nice.
Rehan Staton.
In the coming days, a lot of graduates will stand high on a stage, a great vantage point to finally see all the people who lifted them there.
You did it!
Rehan Staton joins us now. Welcome to Kindness 101.
Thank you for having me.
Why did you call this nonprofit the Reciprocity Effect?
That term for me was just really important because we don't see this as like charity, but rather reciprocity. There was already folks giving to us, and now we're just giving back.
Do you have any plans to expand your mission?
Oh, 100%. We see like a lot of different avenues for this, not just schools, but also organizations. And I just think we can help create a cultural shift in terms of how do we serve those who are already serving us.
What can the rest of us do to be more reciprocal in our lives?
One, I think just acknowledging those who we see around us, whether it be the janitor at the school or whether it even be a groundskeeper before you even get into the school. Just small acknowledgments will go a very long way.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Take care.
Before meeting Rehan, I used to think that kindness was just given, but really, it's loaned. Someday, some way, you do need to take that kindness and put it back into the world. We'll see you next time.
Until then, stay kind.
It's all about recognizing people. And if nobody has told you, I see you and I value you. All right, coming up, meet a toddler who's gone viral for her hairdo. It resembles the cast of a famous TV show. I will give you a hint. Miami in the late 80s. A toddler from Grand Prairie, Texas, recently got widespread attention because of her hairstyle. One that looked like it belonged on Rose, Blanche, Dorothy, or Sophia. Dawn White from CBS Texas has more.
A toddler's first haircut is always a memorable moment. Come on. And luckily for little Evie Mae, her grandma Trina is a hairstylist.
She already has a lot of the curls, so we're going to just spray it down.
Trina then started styling Evie Mae's curly locks.
I just trimmed it up to make it all even, and then I started to kind of blow dry under. That's what kind of started the little Betty White trend.
The unintentional look quickly caught on.
We died laughing. We just thought it was the funniest thing, because she had this little tiny little body and with all this big hair.
She's a little 50-year-old in a 1-year-old's body.
Now I'm just kind of roll brushing it.
Trina posted video of Evie Mae's hairstyle on TikTok.
The Golden Girls are like America's favorite.
And it instantly went viral.
The first Golden Girl video got 16 million views.
Some of the comments were just as amusing as the toddler's hairstyle. Evelyn Mae is hosting a Tupperware party. My mom is there. Now, why is Evelyn Mae over there with the White Rain hairspray bouffant bob? Evie Mae's mom, Autumn Mathis.
Look at that!
Got a good laugh from the comments.
Comments about having bought Mary Kay products from her back in the 80s.
With the comments came instant popularity. CNN and People magazine featured Evie Mae's classic hairstyle.
Because you make me feel so young.
And most recently, she made an appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show and The Today Show.
Evie Mae's hairdo isn't just for entertainment.
The family have gotten countless messages from people saying the toddler brightened their lives. A fan messaged the family saying her mom just died, and she was looking for a sign she was still around. The two loved watching The Golden Girls.
Hey, Sophia, come quick! It brought her to tears. She's given people something else to laugh at and to think about and to bring them back to better times. Come on, you.
Evelyn Mae will turn 2 in June, and she's already having an impact across the globe as people thank her for being a friend. In Grand Prairie, down the road and back again. Dawn White, CBS News, Texas.
Oh, I love that theme song. And that young girl's living her life like it's golden, that's for sure. All right, coming up, a legacy nearly 60 years in the making. He was Georgia Tech's first black graduate. Decades later, he returned to the school to celebrate new grads, including one he shares a strong connection with. Plus, when his best friend needed a kidney donation, Corey Slater didn't hesitate to help. The pair ended up in a chain of giving, and a stranger, of all people, became a crucial link. A group of kids and young adults in Brighton, Massachusetts recently got a little more freedom thanks to a program that helps them hit their stride. Here's CBS Boston's Paul Burton.
From agilities to sprints
Nice and easy. There you go.
to games, it was a day of inspiration and confidence building at the track at New Balance in Brighton. On Saturday, children living with limb loss took part in the Running is a Right program put on by the Dave McGilvery Finish Strong Foundation. Partnering with Shriners, the goal is to help people of all ages reach their running potential.
I've been so excited for this day. I've been telling everyone I run into, I'm getting my running legs this weekend. It means a lot to me. It means that now I can maybe run a little bit because I can't normally run in my regular prosthetics, so it kind of gives me a little bit more freedom.
Malia Schnick is one of many who was fitted for a new running blade and got the chance to experience running and other activities on recreational prosthetics.
To not be afraid to be yourself. This doesn't stop you from doing anything if you don't let it.
Well, we believe that recreational prosthetics should be provided, which they currently are not provided by medical insurance. So we fill that gap. We provide the equipment and the training to use it.
Today, Running is a Right gave out 15 prosthetic blades to children and young adults. They want them to experience the joy of running, having fun, and building confidence.
It means a lot for me because I can find kids that relate to me, and I met a lot of people.
The hope today is to give the kids the opportunity to run and hopefully build long life, traits that, are healthy.
McGilvery says his foundation purchased the blade so kids can have a better chance at life.
And the bottom line is, more than anything, is to make them feel good about themselves.
The foundation is working with Shriners to identify other kids who are in need of prosthetic blades. In Brighton, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
I love that story. That's what it's all about, right? Helping them become a little bit more free. All right, Ronald Yancey is part of Georgia Tech's history. In 1965, he became the university's first black graduate. Many of today's students look up to him, especially one recent grad who holds a strong connection. Here's Joshua Skinner with more.
It's graduation day at Georgia Tech. These young adults have spent the last 4-ish years working towards this. And their career beginning ends at McCamish Pavilion, where all day student after student after student walks across the stage. Aisha Perry. Including Deanna.
If we're going from 0 to 10, I'm at 100.
She earned a master's in electrical and computer engineering.
It was pretty difficult.
While the ceremonies are taking place over at McCamish, any talk of today's graduation ceremonies is not complete without what is inside here at the undergraduate commons.
Because inside this nearly empty building is a statue.
We're here with the statue of Mr. Ronald Yancey. He was the first black graduate from Georgia Tech.
Yancey is a story of firsts, so students like Azette Indafor can be nexts.
Being the first anything is never easy.
Yancey sits in the foyer, watching people come and go and posing for photos.
Seeing this statue when I come through here all the time for class, it's just a little bit of a reminder of what I'm working towards.
But you see, as special as this is for Indafor, the statue of Ronald Yancey is even more special for Deanna Yancey, Ronald's granddaughter.
He's broken barriers and he's opened doors that I will never have to experience opening myself.
Deanna got her undergrad from Penn State, but couldn't pass up the chance to get her master's at Georgia Tech.
So Georgia Tech, in my opinion, is just one of the top engineering schools in the nation.
And as Deanna Yancey walked across the stage,
Deanna Harold Yancey.
She too got a nice photo op with Ronald Yancey, the real Ronald Yancey.
I couldn't thank Georgia Tech enough.
Neither can many of the students who follow through those doors.
Kind of paved the path because obviously without this, I wouldn't be here.
It's just beyond me on how someone can be so strong in such a hard time.
At Georgia Tech, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.
We like to call that full circle around here. All right, coming up, a story about lifelong friends separated by distance but brought together by a health crisis and a chain of giving. When his best friend needed a kidney, Corey Slater offered one of his, a selfless gift, right? But it turns out he wasn't a match. That didn't deter the two men, who ended up starting a chain of giving. Here's David Begnaud.
Corey Slater and Curtis Cho met in the 7th grade and became fast friends. They were inseparable, they'll tell you, bonding over a love for sports and music. Now, both are married fathers of 3. They ended up on different sides of the world, Curtis in San Diego and Corey in Japan. Curtis struggled with kidney health most of his life, and in 2020 got the news that he needed a kidney transplant. He stayed positive while he waited, but he was worried about leaving his family.
What's going to happen if I don't make it? You know, how are they going to go on, and what are they going to do without a father? That was really what brought me the most fear and anxiety.
Corey, upon hearing the news of Curtis's grim prognosis, decided to donate a kidney to his best friend.
There was no hesitation. When it's someone that's your best friend, I didn't have to think too hard.
But he was not a match. So Corey was asked if he'd participate in a program for the National Kidney Registry. Would he donate a kidney to a stranger who he did match with? He was told, if you do that, Curtis will be prioritized to find his own match. Well, Corey said absolutely. So Corey gave his kidney to a stranger, and Curtis got a new kidney from a stranger named Kathy Anderson, a physical therapist in Iowa and mom to 3 too. 3 people forever connected by paying forward the gift of life. Please welcome to Times Square, Corey and Curtis.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You're already getting emotional.
That's the first time I saw the video.
When you found out that Curtis needed the kidney, what did you first think?
My first thought was, I'm doing this. I'm totally doing this. I didn't even think twice. I saw that he needed a kidney, and I called him and said, hey, I'm going to donate my kidney for you.
When you heard him say that, what did you think?
I mean, he's just the best person and best friend. So when we talked, I already knew he's a great guy.
Tell me about what happens between 2 human beings, no matter how close you were to begin with. When you find out that someone is willing to undergo invasive surgery to give you an organ.
Everything that happens in my life from here on out, you're a part of it. All the memories I share with my family, all the experiences I have with my wife, and all of that is because of Corey. And you can't really truly express that to somebody, but an overwhelming feeling of gratefulness and love and, you know, anything you ever need in life, I'm here for you. I would do it again. Yeah, I know you would.
So here you are laying in the bed, you're gonna get your kidney from somebody in Iowa you've never met.
Yep.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Whose name is Kathy.
Kathy, another angel on earth. Thank you, Kathy. Another beautiful person just willing to sacrifice something for somebody else selflessly.
Because as we record this interview, it is your 40th birthday.
It is my 40th birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank
man.
you.
What a way to celebrate in Times
Not
Square.
bad.
And I have a birthday surprise for you.
Okay.
Kathy is here.
Shut. No.
Come on out,
way.
Kathy. Here we go.
Can I get up?
Of course you can get up.
It's really
Happy birthday. Thank you. I couldn't send it in the mail. I had to deliver it to you.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for coming.
of course. Oh. And that guy.
Yes.
And that guy. We have a lot in common, you know that. Oh my gosh. It's really happening.
Thank you for saving my breath.
Hello,
Hi,
my
David.
dear.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, please have a
the coolest.
seat.
Oh my God.
Have a seat. We saved you some room.
Look at that. There is some room. You have to be in the middle. Sorry.
Wow, how does it feel to hug him, Kathy?
Amazing. I've been so nervous about meeting you and just being here and accidentally running into you in Times Square or something like that. So now, right now, it just feels like pure joy to meet you both.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to talking to you.
What do you want to tell her?
I just wanted to thank you so much for being the person.
Like you said,
Tied it all together.
a gift that you give away, so much more comes back to you. So I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed.
Yeah, me too.
Myself.
Thank
Curtis, what are you feeling?
Surprised, you know, very surprised. So, I mean, 2 of the most important people in my entire life here, you know, very grateful. Thank you for, you know, getting us all together. I appreciate that.
I was so deeply moved by the thought that you, Corey, would donate to a stranger just to help your best friend. And then when I found out about you, Kathy, who donated because you wanted to help a kid in your community,
Right.
whose life was saved
confusing.
because
Because you put him on the list, so to speak.
Yeah.
How did you find out about this young boy in your community who needed one?
Yeah, so I had known of Christopher just because he was a kiddo who was born with a birth defect, was in the hospital right away. They didn't think he'd survive. His family has been very involved in Children's Hospital and raising funds, and that's where I work. And I saw his mom's Facebook post that said, he's going to really need a kidney. Is there anybody interested in looking into the living kidney donor program? And I, like you, didn't hesitate. I had a kidney to share, so why not?
Exactly.
Why not share?
Exactly
So
what I
it's
thought.
life is like a
Safe
team.
right here. I've got it right here. Everything worked out.
Gratitude is a real thing in my life, and I wonder how much of a grateful person you were before and how much maybe now.
After receiving, this gift from a stranger, it really made me feel strongly compelled to make it worth it for you, to pay it forward, to find other ways to expand that circle of, charity and love and care. So that's kind of something that I'm trying to focus more on now. Them saving my life is such a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but if I can take that gift and spread it to other people, I think that's what I was meant to do with this gift of life.
To have your life savers here on your 40th birthday, it's pretty darn cool.
It is really cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Life is a team sport, and we're all in it together.
Life is a team sport, and you're on my team. Thank you for being here with me. That is our show. I hope this news brightened up your day and lifted you up. And remember, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, make lemon pie, lemon cake. All I'm saying is make something sweet, baby.